I have a question for all of my viewers to ponder. What does a lame Donald Duck look like? A Donald Trump lame duck. If he were to get reelected, what does that look like? Because he won't be beholden to anybody. He won't be worried about reelection. He's already completely unhinged with the way he behaves, even with reelection being an issue. And I see him now that it's coming closer to election time. He's kind of trying to rein it in and act like he's been doing a lot of great things. So he's trying to get reelected. Then once that were to happen, then what does the world look like to him? Because what we know about his personality disorder is that narcissism it's about him. It's really about him. And he'll do whatever he can to get whatever he can for himself. And, it may or may not be his fault that he's like that. I'm not saying that he's the one that caused himself to be that way, but now that he is that way, it's of great concern. He has at least, narcissism is on the dark triad spectrum there. It's one of the dark triad. And in the dark triad, narcissism included, you do not pity those conditions. You do not give special compassion because they're like that, because that condition is one that preys on people who are sympathetic to them. And you better believe he wouldn't give a shit about you. And that's just it. He does not give a shit about the country. He'll say that he does, but that's to get reelected. What he does have a real interest in is absolute power, which he's already kind of grabbed a bit of a piece of, and he's always praising all the dictators in the world. And, again, I really thought about this. What does it look like if he doesn't answer to anybody? What does it look like if he doesn't answer to anybody? What will he do? Because he likes fascistic things, and he's got the whole neocon crowd in his cabinet, and he's very beholden to Israel, which they're very right-wing, extreme, in fact fascism as well. Some say that's left-wing. It's debatable, but he has an interest in all things dictator. If he's able to seize control by just executive privilege, blocking Congress from oversight, which he did in this last week, which is what he's being impeached for. They're going to try and do an investigation to impeach him. But if he's able to do that successfully, that's the sort of thing where, people grab the rein of control. I don't know what that looks like. And the way that things have been moving in that direction anyways. First of all, there's a real selfish part for me is I'm a dissenting opinion. I talk shit about the way they handle foreign policy a lot. In fascism, when things go in that direction, one of the first things they like to do is round up the dissenters and put them in a gulag or somewhere to re-educate them or something nice. So I don't want that. Not in the mood for that. So that's got me concerned. I don't want to see what happens to everybody. It just doesn't go well when there's no oversight. And already the media, the whole reason I'm doing this is because the media is full of shit, because it's already controlled. Fascism is when Media is controlled. All government is business. You can't tell the difference in business, government. It's like we love our company. One of the greatest companies on earth, kind of thing, and you better bow down. It's just a heavy-handed rule, and if you don't like it, then you're screwed. And we're heading that direction quick, and I think that if he got another 4 years, he would go balls to the wall to push in that direction as far as he could. And it could be really far. Food for thought. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm not partisan at all. It's really just about this president's temperament, his personality, what he's tried to do, and what would he be like if he didn't have to answer to anybody. That's what I'm talking about. Food for thought. Later. People aren't, generally speaking, they're not evil. People are not usually evil. Yet, people will get behind other people who are and support them no matter what. When it comes to leaders, it's kind of a mob mentality, maybe. People got behind Hitler and supported him even well into his atrocities. Before his atrocities, he was one of the most beloved people on the planet. He was on the cover of Time magazine. Everybody loved him. And I can only guess that those who loved him and found out about what he was doing kept loving him because of this reason that I don't have a name for or what. But I see the same thing happening with Donald Trump. People who support him no matter what he does. He can do no wrong. I don't understand that. I'm seeing people around me support him no matter what he does, and when I ask what it is about him that is attractive, and I don't mean in a romantic way, attractive, what is it that attracts you to Trump? Why? What is it about him that I am missing personally? And I've yet to have anybody answer me, unless they throw out a data point that's way out there, about how he's doing great things with China. It's like, no, he's not. There are bad things with China's trade, but the way he's dealt with it's been horrific, and we're going to pay the price for it. I could go on, but nobody's been able to substantiate why they like him based on merit or based on his actions or his accomplishments. And he's the president. That's what he's supposed to do, is accomplish, not just be liked or not liked. I want to understand it better because I don't want to seem like I'm just hating. It ain't like that. I'm not a partisan guy. I wish he was, if anybody out there supports him, think about this for a moment. He was a Democrat most of his life. If he had gotten into office as a Democrat and was a Democrat doing all of these things, most likely you would not like him. Or I'm missing something really big. I don't know. I'm really interested in knowing if anybody watches this and has an answer. And I will be combative if you give me some data points of numbers that are bullshit. But I'm not going to battle you on a stance from like a Democrat point of view, because that's not me. And I'm not a Democrat. So I can't stand the Democrats either. So it's not like that at all. It's just about his personality in the office. I don't care what he does outside the office, but using that personality in that position, because he has a narcissistic personality disorder. You can ask any doctor that. That's not I'm not giving him a hard time, but that's the case. And he uses that in office. That's a problem. So that's one of my problems with it. He uses that. He thinks he's always right, and he overrides anything anybody else says, and that's not productive. And it downright frightening when it comes to him wanting to do fascist type things, like, you know, control everything on his own. It's dictatorship. That's not okay. Even if he has good intentions, it's not okay. Anyway, talk to you soon.
Simon says, dog not seek no.
Dog not seek no. One piece on God.
One piece on God, Jesus.